What happens if Charanjit Channi is announced by the Congress as the chief ministerial face? Sidhu obviously won't like it, but by now AAP already has Bhagwant Mann as their candidate. BJP won't want Sidhu back, so he's locked in. What could the potential consequences be, Rajdeep?
You know, Rahul, just a couple of points right at the very outset. It seems a little strange of the Congress's strategy that it's taken so long for them to finally take a call on whether they want to project a face for Punjab. You know, right across the board, whenever congresspersons have been asked this question in Delhi, those in the think tank of the party, are you going to project a leader? Their instant reaction has been, the Congress's strategy is never to project one individual. This will be decided by the elected MLAs after the election.
While what caused the change of heart, according to you?
Sorry?
What caused the change of heart, according to you?
I think the change of heart has been caused by feedback from the ground. It's very clear that ever since the AAP has pushed Bhagwant Mann, and you could argue that the AAP also delayed on that decision for way too long, the Congress has recognized that this battle for who is going to be the chief minister between Charanjit Singh Channi and Navjot Sidhu is going nowhere. The fact is, Rahul, that Charanjit Singh Channi has been able to establish himself as some kind of a face in the last 3 months as chief minister. He is significantly the first Dalit chief minister of Punjab. And that in itself is seen as one of the reasons why the Congress might get some traction. Now, in the midst of all that, if you still have this uncertainty over what happens post March 10th, if you have Navjot Sidhu or his supporters sniping at Channi or questioning Channi's credentials, then it does create confusion right down the line, more so within party workers. I'm not so sure within the electorate. I think we have to make that distinction between party workers and the electorate. But the Congress is conscious, I think, increasingly of the fact that the Aam Aadmi Party has now aggressively promoted Bhagwant Singh Mann. And it's increasingly becoming clear that the contest primarily for who becomes party number one in Punjab is between the AAP and the Congress.
So how is Sidhu likely to react in your view? He's very mercurial, clearly will not like this. Walked out of a cricket team at his peak when you're still in the Indian 11. How is he likely to react?
You know, there is nothing more unpredictable than predicting what Navjot Singh Sidhu will do next. But look, with 20 odd days only left for the Punjab election, Mr. Sidhu's options are also limited. I think, look, Punjab is an election which at the moment will be decided perhaps in a possible post-poll coalition. And we don't know the shape of that coalition at this stage. There are more and more opinion polls which are suggesting that Punjab could well throw up a hung assembly. Now, in a hung assembly, there is no guarantee as to what shape the next government takes and who becomes the leader. So Sidhu has no option. If Channi today is projected by the Congress party and the leadership as the chief ministerial face, for now, Sidhu has no option but to bide his time till March 10th and then see which way the cards play out. I have always believed that Charanjit Singh Channi, because he is in a sense more connected to the average Congress worker, perhaps always had a better chance in any chief ministerial contest against Mr. Sidhu. Sidhu's advantage is that he has crystallized the anti-incumbency vote against Captain Amrinder Singh a few months ago, and that in a sense allowed the Congress to revive itself. But politics changes very swiftly, and I think we've moved in a way from Sidhu's politics to the politics of Charanjit Singh Channi. Dalits constitute 32% of Punjab's population, and therefore you cannot be seen now to be sidelining Channi in any way. But it all tells you again about the political management of the Congress, which seems to sort of hurtle from one crisis to another, constantly trying to manage crises, which is the last thing they need in a state like Punjab, the one state in North India which has stood by the Congress over the last 7 years, even at the height and peak of Modi waves.
I'm not going to hold you back. I'm sure you got a fancy Goan dinner lined up. So
no, I don't. Okay. No, I don't. Unfortunately, Rahul, I've been working rather hard. I know that might sound strange, but Goa is a state which I can tell you makes even Punjab look like kindergarten's play when it comes to Byzantine politics.
Rajdeep working hard in Goa. Yes, absolutely. Thanks so much, Rajdeep, for joining us. Harmeet Singh.